Today's final table highlight comes from Scoop, $2,000 buy-in. PKO, we are going to play a final table. We're going to analyze it. We are playing about 120,000 US dollars. So let's see how I'm doing, if I can win a Scoop title in this one. So we already have a hand developing. We are then out of 13. Got a couple of bounties. So let's see what's happening. So we're just in a call mode over here. I don't think there is much reason to raise on the turn there. So now we only lose to straight flush, which is nice. You can definitely have a couple of straight flushes, but like there ain't that many. I'm gonna assume I need to raise over here. It seems a little bit tight to call. The only problem is like what worse flush will really call me with, but like his bet size was so small, I think I should be probably try and raise there. I don't mind the call, but it's kind of like against the Malin, probably should raise. So against Nasty Minder, we are 3-betting 7 out of 11 and draw win dead goes all in. Love to see that. Doesn't have that big of a bounty. Like it's kind of like big, but like then again, like it's a 2K. The bounty ain't that big. Like probably tournament average, maybe slightly on the smaller side against Queens. Unlucky for him. We do hold. Nice double or like bounty. Not really a double, but we do have a huge stack over here. In PKO final levels, especially Scoop and W groups, you do get to play very deep stack when you are deep, especially on PKOs. And later on, we should be seeing kind of like I would say even a little bit weird type of stack dynamic coming up. So over here, we go for a call. We're 5 out of 10, I would imagine, because there is 4 players in our table. Probably, maybe even final label very next hand. Could arguably 3-bet over here pre-flop. I'm not 100% sure. I don't mind the calling line. Ace on the river is kind of the bad card for us, because if our opponent is betting to flop and checking back something on the turn, it's very likely to be very ace high. Against Marlin, back in those days when we played, I imagine a lot of calling here. So there are like Nasty Minder, Marlin. There are some like at those times when we grinded a lot against each other. There was a lot of this. Those guys don't mind bluffing, let's put it that way. They love the bluffs, like they will find the bluffs. And there will be definitely some type of lines where I might take against a couple of players. We see over here that I'm just like not really buying into their stories. I'm very loose calling off. Like even over here, we're just calling with a king high. He just shows jack six suited, right? Like there will be a lot of that going on, but this is more like our dynamic, how it's working. Oh, it's a 6 max, so it's 8. We're 3 out of 8 now. It is a 6 max, so final level should be 7, I believe. So over here we're going for a check raise. I don't mind the check raising line. I don't have like I basically need to be a little bit careful here when I go for check raise in general, because I'm not that many like value bets. Like ace queen probably 3 bets pre, king queen can have that, but the king queen and set of deuces and fours are pretty much it. So I need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, like we go for a bluff here. I'm not really sure I like to go for a bluff against him there. Also, I think my sizings like don't make that much sense. But it's hard to size too large there. In general, I'm basically repping boats at that point. King queen, I guess. So I think this is going to be, we are 7 out of 8, and this is going to be a final label. So PKO final label is probably very deep over here. So 7 out of 7. We are the shortest stack with 34 big blinds. Yeah, as I said, like these final labels, or like whenever you play PKOs and it gets deep, especially on 6 max, it will be very deep in general. So the idea with 6 max is that there are so many tables going on, and because there are so many tables going on, you will often see that like people just bust faster. You are like by default 6 max will play a little bit deeper. So over here we are 6 out of 7. Ace king, there's no way I'm not going to get this one in. He's jamming ace 5. Also you will see a lot of like Nasty Minder will be very loose with the jams and everything. So I can already tell you, like, this is, I need Masari in there. Raise up blind, like raise up blind we used to grind a lot with, like high stakes, just battle daily basically. Tens against ace jack, we are not going to win that, unfortunately. But yeah, there is like a lot of like history with a lot of these players. I don't think I had that much history with 22 Echnats and Succeed. We did play a lot with Succeed though. We did play a lot with Succeed. So I don't remember all the like reads and everything I have or had at that time, but like it was definitely like over here you will see some type of plays that will be different. Like even if you've seen my other videos, which you should check out, you will often see I will take some at times some type of lines that would be like rather exploitative, but not all the time, not all the time. And these days I like when I analyze, I will be analyzing mostly about like from kind of GTO perspective, try to explain when if something is trying to do something exploitatively. Some stuff I rather not say, if I have specific reads on high stakes players, because maybe we'll be playing more with those guys, and in that case don't really look into giving away some information. As we can see, Nasty Minder don't mind putting it in with a 6-0 there. So over here we have pocket nines. We are so short, maybe like because we are jamming. I'm just thinking like if I can get away with racing instead of jamming. So that will be one idea. So Nasty Minder calling with the ace 8 suited. Again, he's going to be very loose over here. I don't remember how Masari played. I definitely at that time had reads on that, or like very likely had reads like, is he going to call me super wide or not? But if people are going to call you very wide, nine's probably better to jam than go for open raise. Even though with Nasty Minder, he probably just 3-bets isolate, trying to isolate and get it in very wide. Still, even though my bounty is like on the average side, so I need Masari opens. We call on the button. Nasty Minder comes along as well. We flop both, then 5. Obviously, at this point, you just hope somebody has 10 over here. Both players can have 10s. They will be playing somewhat wide. Maybe I need Masari not that wide, but you love to see this. Yeah, like I kind of like to play it straightforward over here. I don't like. You could make argument I should not play straightforward because I have like locked. Basically have a locked, and Nasty Binder like he can be very creative, and if he has 10 or a flush draw, like he's going to probably jam the turn with the flush draw. And if he has, then like he's not like doesn't really matter. He's still going to put the money in, right? Yeah, there we go. A nice full double up over there. Unlucky for him. Like I'm definitely gonna have worse than X than Ace 10 over there. Take the same line. King 8. Maybe should be defending. Should be calling there. Oh, my bad. Raise up blind doesn't have bounty, so whenever you are in final table and somebody has a min bounty over, or like it's very obvious it doesn't really have any bounties and it's very small, you should like not really go ahead and start playing wide against such players. So we went for after check. We went for bluff. Now trying to check it down. Win on showdown. We're still beating ace four. He can definitely have some type of king nine, king nine unlikely, king 10 maybe. Yeah, there we go. Kind of questionable if I should be calling there. If I expect him to not bluff ace highs, I probably should not. So over here, I take a line with ace jack by check call, limp calling. So because of Masari, Nasty Minder, and I am like big stacks, and the rest of the guys have 20, 13, 13, I'm not looking to change the stack dynamics too much because me winning, getting a double up at this point doesn't really probably matter as much. BBC Brieflop Shards and Trainer, the most effective way to train and improve your poker skills. Get yours now. So we're opening up sixes. Very standard. Hoping for a small blind jam to run it for a bounty. Nasty Minder just goes for a call. Like there will be a lot of this Nasty Minder calling. It plays very loose in these type of scenarios, as he should. And I need Masari on the big blind, definitely wide range as well. I don't think I want to bet the flop. Like it's not the end of the world, but like I don't really have that. Like again, I'm not really looking to play a big pots against either player at this point because there are so many short stacks to get some bounties, kind of wait out. So whenever these are like in your final labels, whenever these are the situations, you want to try and avoid playing big pots against other big stacks because like it's kind of beneficial for you to have basically keep it going, so to speak, right? I don't mind playing 75 big blinds. I cover two guys. They have bounties. Even the raise up blind doesn't have big much of a bounty, but still like keep it going, keep the stacks similar, so to speak. Don't need to need any big changes in stacks. Like so, very small bet over here on the turn. I think that's fine. Hoping for a fold, obviously. Like, oh, on the 9, I need to probably triple it off. The idea is the idea is 9 kind of connects with some of my bluffs, so this kind of becomes so to speak bottom. I go for small size, repping kind of like whatever, like can have any pairs and stuff like that. Small size. I don't mind sizing up either. There, I think that's fine as well. You see, I'm just taking very passive lines, right? I open, I called, could possibly three bet. I don't mind that pre. On the flop, I don't mind check raise either. But like just like the way it goes, very small bet. I would like to see a bigger bet over here, but it's like Masari, Nasty Minder playing against those guys. They will be kind of loose-ish at times. 10-7 suited over here, kind of fine. Like I don't mind the fold. Like with PKOs, it's probably okay because I just kind of want to play for the bounty. Unless he doesn't find 3-bet bluffs, which is possible, but like, yeah, like I'm not going to have that much information on that. So with 10-7 over here, my thought is probably just to tank a little. That's basically what you want to do. You just tank because it's not going to be like slam dunk decision with your whole range. So you choose to go for a little tank here and there because like you don't want to give your opponents timing tells in general, so you need to keep these things like you need to think of those things. You can't be snap playing if you have value, and like slow play very slow when you have like close decisions, so you do need to balance those things out. So we do lose Nasty Minder. I need Masari now, a big stack. We are locked in about $37, $37,000 plus bounties. So this look, just call. Raising could be okay-ish against such a small size. Like he uses a lot of small sizes and like very clicky player. I need Masari is very click happy player. Like you can see, like Equilibrium would tell you this is not a thing. Like it's just not a thing. But just the way he plays, in general. So Jack 8, picking up those bluffs. So now we are in the last place, but we're playing very deep, 55, 63, and 75. So I'm just hoping for him to jam at this point. Very interesting decision over here. Well, so the idea is once he bots, it's like he can have better tube pairs view. Like he can have better tube pairs, he can have same hand, he can have straights, right? So it's kind of weird area where it's like you can't be never really sure. Maybe should be raising. Are those hands worst hands calling me? So whenever I'm not sure, I go with the safe option, so to speak. So flopping tube pair, always good. I'm not a big fan of the size over here. I think I would like to size up. I think that's probably a slight mistake. Yeah, on the river as well. Like I should be more sizing slightly bigger on the turn and on the river. I think this is a slight mistake. Ooh, bucket aces, huh? So Masari opens, raise up blind, goes all in. Not a bad spot with aces, eh? Let's just get all the chips here. Let's get all the chips. I'm not like the idea is I'm not. Once I call, I can't fold to Masari anymore. Like I don't think there will be any hands I do it with. Over here, I might call to give him a, so to speak, price to also call. There will be some calling by him after that. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. That is so unlucky. So unlucky. You hate to see that in such a big final label. 100 and about 20, 130,000 probably for first. Could be more. I know how many runners it had. 500k guaranteed, so it could be probably like more than 130. So over here, I need Masari opens. We call, go for a check. I imagine just check raise, get it in at this point. Not much you can do. So once it checks back, kind of just go for value, I think. Fine size, could go slightly bigger. I don't think it matters. I do click a lot of like, hey, I have this bet size. I do use kind of similar bet sizes. I don't want to like mess it up in general. There are some spots I do adjust, but that's adjustment is basically going more geometric. Over here, I could have done that as well. Very interesting tank jam. I snap call. I'm not 100% sure about the snap call. I should give it a thought a little bit, I think. Like, what is he going to bluff there would be a good question, right? The idea is he's probably just jamming flush draws, or like could be jamming some flush draws. Then again, he checked the flop, why not bet the flop? So those are like hard questions. I'm not a big fan of snap call that I made, but hey, what can we do? sometimes that's how it goes. And yeah, that's it for me. By the way, did win for 55,000 US dollars. And if you guys like this video, hit this like button and check out some other videos and subscribe. See you there.